Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the Main Street of America Facebook Live Tour. We're at Apple Tree Antique Gallery once again, getting ready for the third weekend of the month sale. Apple Tree's at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. You can see their store hours right here. Again, we're live on Facebook on the Main Street of America Facebook Live Tour. 12 to 5 on Sunday, Thursday through Monday it's 10 to 6, Saturdays 10 to 6 as well, closed Tuesday, Wednesday. But right as you walk up, you're going to see a bunch of different stuff just posting on the walls and the windows. Rascal Flatts coming to the Paycom Center later on this month, I guess. That's pretty cool. But in their windows, and we'll take a quick look at it here on this other side, you're going to see some of their products that are posted up. You can do a little bit of window shopping. So this is on both sides of the store, of course, and you'll have to mind the cars driving past. We're on Northwest 39th Expressway, so it's pretty busy right now. But if you can see a little bit in here, some of the stuff in the windows, like this guitar right there, the cactus, that's a cookie jar. Very fitting for this part of America, gotta say. Glass bottles, old collectibles, things like that. Of course, a collectible 1995 Ford Ranger right there. And a bunch of different items like it. That's all in though, just the windows. Just a small hint, a taste, if you will, of what's inside Apple Tree Antique Gallery. 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-495-0602. They're the home of the Gotta Have It. They're a big supporter of Bethany Athletics and local sports, local schools. And if you just saw on the, I just pushed a pull door. If you saw right there on the window, they also like the Kit Kat clocks. And we're about to take a look at those in our first vendor on the tour. So over 70 individual vendors right here in Apple Tree Antique Gallery. We've been here a couple of times. This is at the very front of the store. Model trains, a little bit of jewelry, more collectibles, and of course the Kit Kat clocks on the side there, which we're about to take a look at. VG77, 15% off purses and wallets only. Each vendor comes with their own unique deals that you can get in on when you come by and check out Apple Tree. There's some of the clocks right there. Route 66 flags, they've got plenty of merchandise for that as well. It's over on the side here. We'll get a look at that next. T-shirts, now 2 for $20. That's a pretty good deal right there. Flags, tin signs, magnets, buttons, any kind of Route 66 merchandise you want, they're going to have right here. And this is a pretty constant theme throughout the store. 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. All these different vendors kind of specialize in something, but they do have those linking themes, if you will, of Route 66, of local products, hometown stuff. And it's a fan favorite, really. It's a local favorite place to shop. People constantly come throughout these aisles to take a look at all the different vendors. And I like to say every time we come by here, if you've been on this Facebook Live tour before, that there's something new to see every time you stop by Apple Tree Antique Gallery, something you never saw before. A 50% off everything with a silver star in this vendor. Good reason to come by and take a look at each individual item to find one that is part of that deal with that silver star. There are Facebook, let me try that again. Apple Tree is tagged in our Facebook Live video, Apple Tree Bethany. You can go to their page there, find out about the events they have, some deals they have, some products as well. This is still AA50. Look for markdowns on this part of the vendor. Everything from books to furniture to decorations. I mean, they've got it all. And we are only moving through basically a third of the store, maybe a fourth if you count the back section, but there is plenty to look at here at Apple Tree. This is MR95, 25% off everything over $5 except the firm and markdown items. Well, I said it, but you find something new every time you come by. There's something new. That is a bow right there. Hadn't seen that before. Tell you that. Hadn't seen that. Plate wall prices. Take a look at these here. These are Wild at Heart sales. Preserving history by rescuing vintage and antique items one piece at a time. The small plates, $4.95. The medium plates, $7.45. And the large plates are $9.95. And this is Wild at Heart sales. Wall plates. They make for good gifts as well, though you'll of course have to be careful with the packaging. dolls and glassware and silverware. Those are also pretty common items here as well. A bunch of different vendors will have something like that. When I came here today, though, they handed me this quick flyer. Hungry on Saturday, February 21st, from noon till it's gone. They're serving goulash here at Apple Tree Antique Gallery. You can come by. It's during the third weekend of the month sale. Get some good shopping in and also get some good food in the gut. This vendor is GG10, 25% off everything over $5, again, except the Furman markdowns. But there's stuff for everybody. I mean, all ages here, young, old, doesn't matter. You can find a gift, you can find something for your own place. Just from visiting here once, you kind of get... I got distracted by these guys. Tell you, like I said, there's something new every time you come by here. You'll never know what you'll find. We're moving now to the back section here. Again, there are two other aisles, if you will. Sports memorabilia, also a big part here. Hats and jerseys. The vendor behind me is also real big on those, and I'll show you that in a second. But books and games and models. There's a lot of Elvis over here on the side. You see them real quick. GJ76, 15% off everything over $5 except Furman markdowns. Here's some more collectibles. You see the Funko Pops in the back and comics, but clothes and, again, more decoration, stuff to hang this time. All in this one vendor, GJ76. Now that we're in the back, again, this is kind of where you find pretty much anything and everything back here. Up towards the front, you can find a couple items that are pretty similar throughout the different aisles, but now back here, you're really getting into anything. Raggedy Ann and Annie fabric in PW52. That's also 25% off everything except Furman markdowns. There are these, I want to say tumbler cups, but I don't know if that's what you call them. I've never known, to be honest with you. But more OU gear, OSU gear. Get more collectibles like the dolls, the porcelain, VH50, 20% off everything in this vendor. Like board games and flags and more glassware. And as we get back here, it's kind of a holiday themed section, which is great stuff for Christmas here. Ornaments and tinsel trees. I'm going to do my best not to knock anything off the shelves here, but lights, and saw the doll up there. Gonna take a peek at what this vendor was. See if I can find their sign anywhere here. I believe this is CS21, which is 15% off everything. We're now back in the back right corner of the store. This is the southwest side. Hardback books, $3 each. Weekend special paperback books, $1 each. This booth only. If you know someone who likes to read, I know my own mother loves to read. I bet I could find her a couple good books here, and I can find it at great prices. That's the special from Apple Tree Antique Gallery. I mean, you can see all the different glass and Tupperware, and like I said, porcelain. I have some porcelain dishes myself. Find a bunch of stuff like that back in this back right corner. And we mentioned the Kit Kat clocks up at the front, but now you've got some more traditional style clocks. RB81 clocks only 10% off. All this at Apple Tree Antique Gallery, 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. For Apple Tree, call 405-495-0602. Miss Carol and Miss Shotzi are the owners here. And they're great. Been working with them for a long time, and we're always excited to come back here to Apple Tree. And another thing I always say, they got great music taste. There's always great music playing. Look for new markdowns, GR13. Looks like they've got some new specials coming on here, and this one 50% off the lowest price. Potentially getting ready for that third weekend of the month sale. Something you're going to want to stop by here and check out yourself. Again, they're tagged on Facebook. You can also email appletree@coxinet.net. Reach them there. Here's a quick look at the aisle. You can see how many vendors line the walls here. It goes all the way back up to the front of the store. But I actually want to head back the way we came a little bit and check out another part. Let's go back over to the back left side now. We'll pass by those board games and pass by VH50, this vendor with, again, 20% off everything. Go back here and look at the back right corner. Well, I mentioned that it doesn't matter what age you are. All you need is love and the Wi-Fi password. That's true for us on the radio side, I tell you what. We always need the Wi-Fi password. NG81, 25% off everything over $5. But more books. Now back here you'll see books and movies and CDs. I think they also have a couple of tapes back here if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if I can find those real quick. Let's take a look at some of the movies they have up here. I'll see if I can find a CD that stands out to me real quick. They've got Season 9 of American Idol. I didn't know they made those into CDs. But they've got it right here at Apple Tree Antique Gallery. Single CD is 59 cents a pop. I've started to collect a little bit of CDs myself. I do have a CD player back in my apartment, so I might be stopping back here as a customer on this third weekend of the month sale and look at some of these CDs. If you see me, say hi, you know. Not too far from now. It starts, I believe, on Friday. I believe it starts tomorrow. BG77, 50% off everything stamped with pink dragonflies. Come back here to this is now the southeast portion of the store. Take a look for something with those dragonflies on them. Get yourself a nice deal. And one thing they always like to push here is, of course, the clothing items. Back at the start of the semester, we're doing a deal where students can come by and get a nice big discount on clothing for the new school year. Again, that's just their way of supporting local students, local schools. Of course, they partner with us to support local athletics, which we are very happy about, very appreciative of. We're going to head back towards the front of the store now. Speaking of local sports, though, right after we're done here, I'm going over to Southwestern Christian University to catch some softball games. Those will be live on the gospelstation.com Sports and Talks. We invite you to tune into that. Get some college softball on the station here today. Again, that's first pitch is officially at 1 p.m. We'll probably start a little bit before that. ZT60, 75% off Red X items only. You know, we just had President's Day, so I'm looking at that picture up there, remembering what we talked about on EPH 511 p.m., Daniel's show on the station. Again, wall decorations, ceiling, floor decorations. They've got it all on these different vendors. PK68, 25% off everything over $5, except for markdowns. More clothing, more stuffed animals on this side, collectibles. With the same with the dishes and the furniture. Reminder on February 21st from 12 noon until it's gone. They're serving goulash here, part of the third weekend sale, February 19th through Monday the 23rd, right at Apple Tree Antique Gallery, 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. MS77, 75% off green robot stamp only. These vendors are all local. It's all supporting local people. You know, that's a big part of this part. That's a big theme right here on the Main Street of America, is supporting local businesses, local vendors, local creators. I'm seeing some cool stuff in this one. JN02, 50% off everything. Got the Stormtrooper. There's Venom. An 8-ball. Hey, I would come get some of this. Tell you what. Signed football. I think that's OU memorabilia, if memory serves. I mean, you got to come by here and look at it yourself to really get the full understanding of how much is inside Apple Tree Antique Gallery. Pick your special year. MN79, 15% off everything. Over $5 except the firm and markdowns. And hopefully you've seen something that interests you and a reason to come out here to Apple Tree Antique Gallery. Again, the address is 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Here's some more jewelry for you now that we've kind of made our way back towards the front of the store. More clothing, vintage aprons, $6 each. Call 405-495-0602. This is Apple Tree Antique Gallery. Furniture, glassware, collectibles, memorabilia. They're the home of the gotta have it. BG22, 15% off everything over $5 except the firm and markdowns. And now that we made it back towards the front of the store, there's one more thing really two more things I gotta show off here. Let's take a look at what's on this table here. Peanut brittle, made by Stray Dog. Great item for the holidays, snacks, and gift. I've had a little bit of this, actually. I got a sample one time. It's very, very good. Only $6.50, so stop by. It's right at the front of the store. Can't miss it. Peanut brittle for you. And then finally, the jewelry and watch cases. Take a peek here. NM19 Invicta watch cases, free with purchase. One Invicta watch, 1 or 3 slot case. Just part of the many deals right here at Apple Tree Antique Gallery. I'm wearing my watch right now, but I think the leather on it is starting to kind of wear down, so I might need to come by here and get a new watch myself. Hopefully they'll have a Dallas Cowboys one by the time I come in for that. Taking a look at some of the jewelry now. Earrings and necklaces, wristbands. It's all in beautiful colors. This blue color you're seeing on the screen right now if you're watching on Facebook is very, very, very popular. Lapis and turquoise, extremely high value stuff. It's all right here inside the walls of Apple Tree Antique Gallery, 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway in Bethany. Taking a good look at the store, there's one, I keep thinking of things we want to show off, but that's because there's so much inside here. Cup caps. On this side, they're a big seller of the Hot Wheels. This is a super big sale, 30% off everything. Robin and James welcome you. Mopars, Hot Wheels, and die-casts. Take a look at what's all over here. I always give a personal anecdote whenever we're looking at this part of the store. My brother and I used to be really into Hot Wheels. Him maybe a little bit more so than me, but every time I see this part of the store, I'm taken back a little bit, if you will. But I mean, how many Hot Wheels, Matchbox cars, how many of these do you think are on these walls? But it's all inside Apple Tree Antique Gallery. You can come by and look for yourself. 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. They buy die-cast collections as well. Follow their Facebook page for Mopars. Again, that's a super big sale on this vendor, 30% off everything. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that about takes us to the end of our tour. Remember, the third weekend of the month sale at Apple Tree Antique Gallery, 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-495-0602. They're also tagged on Facebook. And if you stop by on February 21st, they're serving goulash from noon till it's gone. So make sure you stop by and get in on that while you're checking out the deals. We'll be live with college softball in about an hour and a half, so we invite you to tune into that. But for now, this has been the Main Street of America Facebook Live Tour at Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany. Thank you for tuning in, and thanks to Apple Tree for letting us come by and do our tour. See you later, folks. Have a great rest.